You know that?
Fuck. Just passing the time, mate.
Well, whatever you're trying to do, it's not working, right? Fine, you've kidnapped me, and I'm sure you can shoot me anytime you want to. But please don't expect me to laugh at all your funny little fucking stories, okay?
As it happens, everyone's been very cooperative at the moment. So you might just get out of this in one piece yet. You lucky boy. I wouldn't ride your luck too much though, my friend. As long as everyone keeps their side of the bargain, it'll work out happily. And we're all trustworthy people here. Aren't we, Tony?
If my wife says she'll pay the money, you'll get it.
Good.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Look, if you've got something personal against me, then please tell me about it. If you've got something to say, then go ahead. Like you said, you're in control.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got something to say. Don't worry. I'll say it. But first, I want to ask you a question, Tony. Where did all your money come from?
My money? What do you mean? How did I make my money?
Yeah. How did you make your money?
What's it to you? I won the lottery.
Imagine the surprise on your wife's face. She pays £750,000, you get home and you've been castrated.
Do you want to run down my entire financial history, or just recently, or...
Start from the beginning.
Okay. You've got to understand, at first there was no one particular thing. As you might know, I started at the bottom. Really at the bottom. I just got by however I could. Doing courier work for mates, that sort of thing.
Courier work, eh?
Yeah, well, not just that. Me and my friends at that time always had a few schemes running. Little schemes. Fixed gambling, fake passports, whatever. This friend of ours...
Name?
Pete Green. He was a bit older than us. Had a little restaurant in the south side. We used to sit out the back trying to figure out ways of conning tourists out of their pocket money. We did all right for ourselves. I'd never met anyone like Pete before. Fuck. He could sell sand to the Arabs, you know. Now, we all did pretty good by the end. But you can't live like that, though. So I saved some money. And when I had a little bit to play around with, I decided to get into something a bit more secure. Through another friend, I started dealing in computers. You know, buying them from manufacturers, selling them on to whoever wanted them. Back then, it was about 15 years ago, 81, 82, the field was expanding beyond belief. And at the same time, the manufacturers' prices were coming down. So it was really just
I get it. You're planning on boring me to sleep with talk about computers and then making your escape. Sly.
But we're pretty small time, you know. Nothing too serious. We'd organise these card nights, mostly poker or blackjack. We'd make out like they were really big, serious, fuck-off events that only privileged bastards were invited to. So Mr. Suzuki would turn up with his pals, feeling really special to be there. And we'd make it seem like he was only there because we were doing him a big favour. Because we'd pulled a few strings with the big boys. After that, it was a piece of cake.
You fixed the cards.
You couldn't make it too blatantly obvious, but you could get away with a lot. You know the score. They're on holiday, they're in a foreign country, their wives are back at the hotel, they've had a bit to drink, they're feeling a little crazy. A lot of the times they were so bad we didn't even have to cheat. Obviously they couldn't lose the whole night, So what you'd do is you'd let them start off badly, because everyone expects to start off badly, especially when they're playing with the big boys. Then you'd give them a bit of a comeback. This always gets them in the mood. They're thinking, hey, I'm getting the hang of this. You let them go up and down all night, but mostly down, until the grand finale. This is when you give them a chance to finally recoup all their losses back in one big mother of a round. You give them at least a straight or a full house, and they think, this is it, this is the big one. They think the fucking gods are smiling down on them. Well, of course, you've already given yourself a 4 of a kind or a flush. And you just sit there acting deadly serious, while these middle-aged kids are pissing their pants with excitement and throwing their chips around like confetti. I'll tell you, you get the atmosphere just right, and they'll put down almost everything they had. And you just react exactly how they want you to react. You figure they want you to look scared? You look scared. You figure they want arrogant? You look arrogant. Occasionally, there'd be one that was sharp, one that would worry you a bit. But mostly they would just fling their cards triumphantly down on the table, sit back in their chair looking like they just gave Cindy Crawford one. And you're just about to crush them to a pulp. I'll tell you, the toughest part was trying to keep a straight face. Sorry, Mr. Fun. What can I say? I can hardly believe it myself. Talk about lady luck, eh? Fuck me. I mean, it was a dirty job.
But someone's got to do it. Life's a bitch, isn't it? You spend all those years working your arse off to make all that money, conning all those Japs, doing that courier work, selling all those damn computers. And now, just like this, we're gonna rip you off. You must be really pissed off.
Well, the money wouldn't be much good to me dead, would it?
That's very philosophical of you, Tony. That's brilliant. I was hoping that you'd see it like that. Still, just between you and me, you'd prefer to both stay alive and keep the money, wouldn't you? And then we come along from nowhere and spring this on you. You must really dislike us. You must think we're a couple of complete bastards.
What do you want me to say? No, mate, I'm really glad I met you.
I want you to be honest with me.
You want me to be honest with you? Right? I don't like you, I don't like your friend, I don't like any of this. I just want to get out of here alive and forget the whole thing happened.
I'm impressed. I think that's the first time since you've been here.
What?
That you've been honest. You're a lying bastard. You have never heard of me before, Tony English, but I've certainly heard of you. You look surprised. You shouldn't be. You should have known it'd catch up with you sooner or later. I know exactly who you are. Exactly how you made your money. I was just curious to see which particular bullshit story you were going to come up with. Now, I'm not trying to justify this. I've done it before, and I'll do it again. This just makes the whole thing more worthwhile. That's all. Now I can see your mind working away, trying to figure out who the fuck I am. Who could possibly know all about your ugly past? Don't bother. I'm not stupid, Tony. If I thought you could ever figure out who I was,